Look, what was that in Humawi? Your friend at Japan. So, me bacho, what they capture the Ebame, now my phone. Men can't assemble in free meeting. Sir, a Japadier. Ya say a bushia kubi, a natural. Payo mumbe faswa, Ghana Japadier na ebabe di or money or mumma, and no massive fontem, and some. A tinipa or throw forward, and I was sign of Oriata. Ewaha. Now, forward, you know, what do I say? The first paragraph. First paragraph.
Okay. Was
say to our future, made up of the present and the unborn, for whom this will, of a nation is being prepared. So, was say a dachi, any nasitra ye woman, any young kola ni and nan can swam young wo or mono. Womo ana ye sa a Japadie or minor Japadie, ediama omo. So what do you to me am say a mamesum? Obi se sa to me na de man no. What the ye Japadie, Ghana as Japadie dina de ma nasifo. And we are quiet. Now, what say to our foremost king of Oripenny, the progenies spread across this world, for whom and to whom alone this sacred document is prepared. Yes, I did wait in the share of Oripenny and Munyam. Ghana 40. Hey, careful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Paragraph 5.
Paragraph 5.
Was it currently with Nanado in total control of the whole entity of Ghana? We have a duty to ensure that we take over the commanding height of the essential fabric of the country, in order that even in the event that Nana leaves the scene after the mandatory 8 years, the sons and daughters of Ochimai will be firmly secured and such control, both financially and economically, that we can no longer be ignored in the battle to control the destiny of Ghana. Ghana for Muntio. Memo examples say this is not a fiction.
A planet.
And it's working. Working. In the forward now, Memo Bibi. What's it? We're free 5. Now we're back 7, paragraph 7.
7, yeah.
What's it? In doing this, we need to be strategic. We will have to work with other people from some of the diverse ethnic groups, including some carefully selected people in Ashanti and other diverse ethnicities or land. This would make them believe that they also have a hand in the pie. It will be obscure any suspicion that the project is essentially an Oforipenny project. This point is crucial because with electoral politics, we have to have our eyes on the numbers in the electoral process. We cannot be blatant until we are completely secured in the endeavor. It is especially so because so far, the Ashantis constitute the single most populous ethnic groups in the country. So, it is Ashanti for the young man, and I say, according to Agagan. Paragraph 19 in your kind. Paragraph 9. Was it Addo? The Ashanti group within the current NPP is gearing itself to take over the party after the next tenure in 2024. It will be ideal if we could work to bypass them in 2024. Now, with hard work, we could work to pass the mantle over to non-Akan person, preferably from the north, under whose presidency we could secure the maturity of our takeover projects. Where a prophecy is here. So being a trend down what church and they say a fiction and you don't say anyone or a prophet. I know a prophet.
A serious issue.
What say? Ashanti region and that's Ashanti for our NPP party no. Omo prepares on be take over from Nana Akufo Addo. Ye ko primaries. Alan Chamantin from Ashanti.
Yeah.
Boacha Japo from Ashanti. Adai Mo from Ashanti. Akutofiye from Ashanti. Kobna Japon from Ashanti. 5 people. 5. Out of 9 you say you know mokoye. Kojo poku is for Abraka on 6.
Yeah.
So so womu nyese womu be bypass Ashanti region. Traditionally, Ashanti region is superb, very strong. Otumfo wo UK. Ya mano kwan ye be so ano in the palanquin. Wo UK. Akwesida no kwakodi no. O mama kwa ye be so ano. Wo mo be gi a whole street ni e gru ketene ayi. Ohini bia ni ho betima kwa yesa den. It is a sadia. Then let's cut the Ashanti politically. It is a betima ye so a yampe obi a wo ye non-account person. Yemfa mano. You see that man go anko prebi e bia na get. Hey, I'm gonna be back on prebi e bia na get am me. But what mo go ahead, preferably a person from the north. And then me no wo ka say NPP Frabera ofri.
No.
Ofri srem. O mo asosidi sa prophecy no abam. Look. Mame Emma one day.
Na be good ochiro muma we die.
Book we dey mashada kind power.
Ase be bia wo pesa wo kan so wa chiro din agu ho. Se be ya wo hwa wo mere.
O mantra.
Dabi me mpese obi be wia enti na ma chiro din.
Okay.
Wo wia pa wo bie ya no obi ho say media. So ne ete no. Hwe. Sa Labadi beach in Sensemu na Senate to na yenko. Any adi. Ayeden ana director general of Senate Dr. Tinkrai ye yinadi. Obi amwo hu ne ye yinadi.
Debi. Letter no so timu se nipa o chore na bu afu pa.
Papa no ye na me twa me hu wo America basisi a onyafo nkola ye Galloway.
Proceed on leave.
Because now he was not in agreement on certain things. Now, share near Ejapade Eka is talking about Mamema head in answer. Is talking about banking. Banking.
Okay, higher banking.
Banking or machichim mother. Mother no Bank of Ghana. Biological children. Ghana indigenous banks.
Banks no.
And they were adopted children. Adopted children hona mekono. Absa Eco Bank Yimuni ne kai woman adopted no. Now, on the adopted Eco Bank. We have 2 routes of entry into the institution. First is through Senate, which has a seat on the board of EcoBank Ghana by virtue of its shareholding. The seat is occupied by the Director General of Senate. In phase 2 of our agenda, Kofi Bosompem Osafo-Maafo, who is a Deputy Director General of Senate, should be made the Director General to give him the seat on the EcoBank Ghana board.
To me. Hey.
On the EcoBank Ghana board. And now we know who is the Director General of Ghana Senate.
Bosompem.
What take his seat in all? You may be sure. You may be sure. Secondary. Papa, we madam for me respecting the panty. Ya born wife with him in Pesa Meko. Would your mammy see honum? Would your book be now? Wow.
Would you say?
Under banking. Uber who send your city. It's yet honum. Ama a bushia bako. Ghana Japadiana. So, Capital Bank, Paya Faso, you go Pakwasi Indum Bank, and then you throw us.
No, there were. And there's a portion of my kind.
And only I know has no. Now, Uber under insurance, your mother, your biological, and you were adopted. So, now, quite your mufaswa, ye pia SSC, SC. Near Kofa Enterprise Insurance, and non the Yebia, Enterprise Insurance, one Nura.
Cano for that.
Government a Yibia. Ya fossil bia. One fanfa Enterprise Insurance, you are in trouble.
And as I see now, you are minded, and I am basa.
Jaja to baby. Jaja to baby. Share Uko bank setter. Quite fast so ya data bank. And there ye be loans I changing na ade. Nipa bushan ba kope. Ya no mo de ye Galloway for. Who can we ya? Obeti NPP mbesori agina eba be defended this rot. Now what you want now obre? Yes say to our future, present and unborn.
To omo ye ade na se be omo ma omo nyan wo omo mpo no omo mebre.
What can you na wia or partner will say Ghana has say this tribe is going to be the movers and shakers of Ghana.
Indeed.
It is a bibi bakoswa. Womo no kasape eno no obi abedi akire.
Obi abeti order from above.
Oh pesika dia ye bibi a eho na obeko ene ade. We are here. We are quiet. Ubenya obi no ababegina no wo defend it. Eish. I will not.
Now my ni mu ayetimi aboka ma ye kan tia. Na ye pre carry forward.
Ye mo Ghana fama nipa baako. Ye nyina ye dia. Ye nyina ye dia. Hwe no mde ba kwasindu. Ye no mde no.
Atwra to dada.
Ye atwra to.
Ni din nyina wo.
Ah, me pese be kan ne honum no because of Sadi Wenti. So okay. Because of that, and me pese me kan.
Come crash me bebo.
Yeah, Mami samo example. What if you na ka say fictional? Then that writer we need to look for him. Now on professor on this country. Hey. Meaning, yeah, edin, we remember body natural. The writer no maboni do Madame Fupa.
Ah, you are sure you have a book no.
Madame Fupa, we dey body natural. As we are moving on, me body natural. What did your body din? What did the co-writers in the ade? Eh? What more edin you be ahihye omonza. The technical team led by DM Oforiata should further evaluate the following details in order to choose the appropriate site. Galamsey. Sure. According to this book, Wamu 332 Galamsey companies. Ninjina ayuha, okay? Wamu na shishana. The Northern Gold Coast Enterprise. So and so. Amanfi East. Wasa Amanfi East. Wofa say ya Takwa Insoyo Municipal. Just every district they are there. Christian, Nzima East. Wamu chiche omu jinagum. Eti wane kache ose Galamsey ebitu azie. Wane kaza azam nisho. Se ebeti metu azie dia. Na chese esise abansi samba. Onse yo mama. Onse yo mama. Mami tro ade bako. Undermining oil and gas industries. What did he? Was it our mining as well as oil and gas strategies constitute a major plank of the blueprint for controlling the extraction of natural resources, which God has generously bestowed on Ghana, particularly the Akyem land. Was it to this end? A cursory look at the approved concessions should be looked at. Asante Bediatuo is to lead the process to take over this concession detail below and consolidate them into the standard Ejapa LLC incorporated in Jersey. Ejapa Ango Parliament. Sir, your minerals say you or moon about vegetable royalties in the Gaga. Adjunikesi. You're the BT Ghana. Now, on this note, I will salute the minority in Parliament. Yeah, and you are more thing. So, I'm penny. Share Ejapa LLC incorporated in Jersey. You call registered company no abroad. And you are by the same rough be never be first one. What would you ever? There be hey, as Antimedia too. Was so on make sure. Says nobody in our so. And a Parliament. Parliament board Mugalawe. And yes, anka ye mineral resources a ye bia wo mojiji bia e kwa bushia babo. How can we live in a country like this? Eh? How can we live in a country like this? Ghana, baby, you go near you know, mamma pono honum kama no. Huh? I had you now, take over. I didn't anarchist as a state. Yes, Mo Bian Conco to Galamsey, a war, ye quiet. Now, man for whom, the intimate stop war. Do you know one strategy? I didn't see I can't time the presidency in our two on the line. Do you know the strategy? You bet you may you suggest 3 days. Your baby will be on Rapa Yemobium. That's all the strategy about me. No.
Wow.
Na Ghana Armed Forces, omo call no omo fly, omo jet was rohonum. Near start to say spray kwa yedum, how de be wura ho. Why de be wura kwa yedum?
Obi enwura ho.
Obi enwura ho. Yes, David. Yes, boy, a quiet home. Na ebusuakuo bi, according to this book.
Enti adena eti say ya nunu ye ho ne because we are the taxpayers money. Near the ama operation the galam stop was a wine. Near sa de bo mo ho ka. All in the name say yes stop it galam say you enti stop it.
Okay? Telecommunication. Allah say oba. Say digitalization betima koye no. Yes say low data. Low cost in data. Now we talk a data 100 cities, any 3 days, NASA. How can you drive that? Ninji nano, and who some shisha? What you say? Bisa telcos, bisomo. Me say ya munyusu RTI no, munyusu. And he found or motor or moyi, and he's saying, a yet then NASA pricing way ever. First, not going out on NCA. For. The first data, a check. Yadin grophobia beshishim. Eti no NCA Emma 1/3 omuna de 2 tests eti telco su no betima to kitwa bi ewo NCA na fa kese na no akwakoto no ba bi ono so no be say 3 times the price NCA de be ma eti ho de betua me ne wo na etua ekogu abusuan ba ko account mu na omo ache
eti mo din
I don't know why
wickedness.
So there you know. Share. Me say the poor choice Adewey or prophet o. A man for so be na share them no try no the to abontin. And I'm saying nipa na prophet. Listen. The political terrain. How do you know the political terrain? I don't want the party. African the Japan aba. Na fe Samuel Kudiso, John Bodu diso. Now mo the roaring factor aba. Other minor parties in the Kaka, religious and chieftaincy. Nti other smaller parties, you know, or more kasa you should understand. That should be a no more kasa no. Ni na wa.
Achichira show manum. Na no ba ku bia manitua no. Abo come say e na wo wani abra opepa wapa na wo kasa ti say obi a wo ye government spokesperson ni.
The cast bebre so.
Hey.
Enyo na aka na asemi.
Ah.
Nye the cast bebre.
Ai. Me say ana wo pe president ni bia dia na say den. What's other the PR ama government. Almost so many say ha.
Almost say. Share. Oh say I don't yeah hand you over that.
Ewa ha.
Kroma. Ye nyina wo kroma. Mo hand you over. What the security for on yes on the DJ. Ade omuni ani, omuni adwene. Omo hu say obi e pep change. E change no. On bed dani abu mu a. Mo angasa ombo hu say. Yeah. What's it as we make final push for EC registration? It is sub IUA about 2019. It is important to roll out our final onslaught to ensure that NDC eventually become a fringe party. Whereas we do not expect the electoral commissioner herself to blatantly cripple the NDC, we could deploy the other non-EC functions, such as the need to maintain law and order. So what? Using our people within the security agencies to frustrate NDC supporters from either registering or voting. I know Mabodin, Brad Champon will be the key in this endeavor.
Until no so had you over. Also, I'm a brave you come say yabem. Because one of that done another day, they hand you over, hand you over. Would you how? We ask our man come say yabem.
Was it before then? We must have a critical evaluation of our strength and weakness in order to be well positioned for the task ahead. Now, the party, party. The youth and women's wing of our party remain our weakest link. Every effort must therefore be made to get our national organizer to fill in the gap. Same apply to getting Eslausu to assist the women's wing. Adewey by 2019. 2020 elections. Estro usuja Abrekuma West. No one nam Tolong, no one nam Borga Central, no one nam Wa, no one nam Babia. And then never has in. We should assist the women's wing. Eti, the writer, the great prophet of our time, say a calculated plan. That's when you say a G2 say it's a fiction there. Now we the greatest prophet in our time. As a CAT because they are doing the same thing. You catch a grade job, or Moka grade Japon, above Adam. Your Moka is over say Alan, ever take over. They should try and then bypass him. Yanko for being free enough. Abom. Bibio Moka book Mubia, abom. Don't board with the American crown anymore. You are quite fast to Tomu, yes, a bit too. You're too simple, and I'm a Brian Mobo. Oh, what's your Koyam Wada? You're too so simple. Ma Obia and Fasad the way in Diagro. Maybe Obia who said a book Muna make and free. And I'm not the writer. And Ghana, Nipa Bebri, Ekitasadi way I'm making. At your baby, you have a Ghana for whom. No one take a wise decision. Because national cake, you know, a ye na yedia. Adenti, and I say, yeah. Now, the national situation as regard to the media landscape. Baby, King can baby, actual. No one who said your ma essay air coffer. Maybe King can hey, what can I do? Oh, Tony, what can I do? Now, your projection, man, see Pepe, say, the say. As also on closure of opposition media. We score as low to 70% for her execution of the agenda to close down pro-NDC radio and television stations. Yeah. While we praise her for closing media entities such as Radio XYZ, Capital Radio, Muntie FM, and many more, she scored some low marks in the implementation of the strategy. We expected her to leave Radio Gold from the list for obvious tactical reasons. She could have waived their debt like she has done for our friendly stations such as Ask FM in Kumasi. She could have been fired for the avoidable backlash in strategy, but for her long-standing role as Nane's protege. Hey, but I want Phase 2 of media control. Was it there is no doubt that Joy 99.7 FM is and the multimedia group will remain an industry leaders in the communication sphere of the country. While relying on them as a veritable ally, anti-NPP agenda by some of their staff does not pretend well to us. We were left with no choice but to have used our voice, in quote, to threaten Manasseh Azuri Awuni, while his publication on the past inured to our political benefit. He has overstretched himself in his attempt to assume an air of neutrality. He was influential to our historic victory, but his constant attack on government culminating into the militia documentary was most unfortunate. Okay? Okay? Some multimedia, omo lead in the airwaves. Awa hase. Na adwuma wo mo yeye e de boa MPP mo ba victory no good. Na so some of the elements wo mo a o makwa akoye o makwa akoye anti government. Enti no wo mo sheda no mo use boys e de threaten Manasseh Azuri ebe mo na zama. Manasseh Azuri anyane akwa South Africa board ho adwa. Ni ye kan that time na me hu we me say ebe de na sade we abam. Enya no kre sa na no kre pa. Sa na no kre. Enti se obi na tena ne dem church sade we. Ema no ba out 2019. Na after 2020 election Samuel we nyina esisi a me say let us look for the person. let us look for that person. Oh, me boy, Mr. DM Mufurata, I'm say, or a co-writer, or a madam for minimum. Now, Oshe, hijacking of JVC. Now, the judiciary and governance in Ghana. Yen party court. So that the next 20 years, they can be in control. I don't want to see nominating more people to Supreme Court. I don't want agenda in here.